The old coal mine near the coaling plant was being restored and renovated. The rotten support beams were replaced with new ones. And some of the bad coal were taken to the dump either by truck or by engine. The job was very tough, but very important. 2 weeks after the renovation, the Fat Controller came to see Thomas, Edward, and James. "We extended the coal deliveries from the mines to the plant," he said, "and a large order of coal is needed from the mainland. So James and Edward, you two must collect the coal from the plant." James was not happy by the news, but he obliged. "And you, Thomas, must shunt and fill the cars for them." "Yes, sir. Of course, sir," Thomas obliged. After the Fat Controller left, Bill and Ben showed up. Between them was a large and unusual hopper truck. It was bumping both twins violently. "Goodness me," cried Edward. "Are you two alright?"
"We're fine,"
said Bill.
"This truck is giving us a hard time."
"A truck being rough with 2 engines? Pah!" snorted James. Thomas was more curious though. "What are you two doing with that truck anyway?" he asked.
"We're moving him to the coaling plant,"
said Ben. "Why does the job need 2 engines to deliver just 1 truck?" asked Thomas.
"Because this truck here really doesn't appreciate being shunted,"
answered Ben.
"And his name is Hector,"
added Bill.
"and he seems very horrid."
And Bill and Ben scuttled away with Hector. "What a load of nonsense," said James. "If I see that truck, I can biff him firmly into place." "You've done that to the other trucks too many times," said Thomas. "As a matter of fact, I'm the one who is doing it." But Edward was worried. "Bill and Ben are right," he said. "You need to keep your distance away from him." "I'll believe that when I see it," remarked Thomas. Soon, Thomas arrived at the coaling plant, and there, right in front of him, was Hector. He looked rather menacing. "He doesn't look too bad," Thomas thought to himself. Birgit started shunting him. Thomas was just about to do just that when all of a sudden,
"Keep away!"
Hector suddenly lashed. His voice was so loud it bounced all around the plant, and it even startled the workmen. Thomas jumped in shock. On second thought, he said, "I'm off!" And he did just that. The other trucks thought it was very funny.
"That's Horrid,"
they cackled.
"That truck's name is Hector the Horrid."
After that, Thomas had shunted and filled the other trucks filled with coal under the chute. All this time, he could feel Hector glaring at him. Diesel idled up alongside. "I've heard that your friends Bill and Ben have been bullied by Hector," he sneered. "What does it matter to you?" Thomas muttered. "Well, he's Hector the Horrid. That means he can frighten every engine who comes near him away, and he just did that to you." Thomas frowned. "I was only trying to shunt him," he said. "And yes, he did scare me away, but Bill and Ben told me that he didn't like to be shunted, so there should be a reason why he doesn't like to be shunted at all." "Don't say I didn't warn you," snickered Diesel, and he oiled away. Thomas fumed over Diesel's remark. Then the plant manager walked up to him. "An extra delivery has been decided," he said. "They decided on Hector, and the Fat Controller had sent Rosie over to help you. Both of you must shunt and fill Hector and add him at the back of the train. And don't forget the brake van." "Yes, sir," said Thomas nervously. He really didn't want to shunt Hector, but he knew it had to be done. By now, Thomas had had enough courage to puff back to Hector's side when Rosie puffed up. She didn't seem to think that Hector looked rather menacing. "Is that the big truck that we had to shunt, Thomas?" she asked. "Indeed it is," said Thomas. "But he despises being shunted. Bill and Ben told me that his name is..." But before Thomas could even finish his sentence, Hector suddenly roared out again, even louder than last time.
"Keep away!"
Rosie was frightened by the roar, and without warning, she raced off like a jackrabbit. Thomas, on the other hand, was cross. First, Hector had biffed Bill and Ben violently, then he shouted at Thomas, and frightening Rosie off was the final straw. Thomas had finally had it. He inched forward closer to Hector and bumped him violently. Hector was more furious than ever.
"Keep away!"
he raged. "That's the thing that I'm not going to do," retorted Thomas crossly. "You're making things very difficult around here, and to top it all off, You are very horrid indeed. And with that said, Thomas bumped Hector violently, sending him careening into a set of buffers and landing in a coal heap. After the whole impact, Thomas started to feel bad for knocking Hector over. He really didn't mean it. Puffed closer to the scene of the accident, Hector lay on his side looking very forlorn indeed. Now he didn't seem so menacing anymore. I'm sorry if I bumped you that hard to cause that accident, said Thomas.
No need.
Said Hector.
I'm actually the one who is to blame.
But why didn't you want to be shunted in the first place? Asked Thomas.
Because I'm scared.
Replied Hector. What do you mean by scared? Ventured Thomas.
I'm a new truck, you see.
Hector answered.
I haven't been filled with coal before. I don't even know what it feels like. That's why I don't like to be shunted for this whole thing.
Thomas was surprised. Now it all made sense to him. Soon he bought the breakdown train to put Hector back on the rails. Then he decided to help him. Everyone gets scared when it comes to trying new things, said Thomas. But I'll help you. Then you won't be scared anymore. Hector watched as Thomas backed himself under the chute. Coal poured down into his bunker. And once the dust had settled, Hector could see that Thomas was now smiling. I told you filling up with coal was easy, he told Hector. Hector was impressed.
Please fill me up too.
He said. Will do, said Thomas, as he puffed up to Hector. Then he pulled him under the chute. Coal poured down into Hector. It was rather wonderful, though the other trucks were extremely jealous.
We want Scruffy back.
They muttered to each other. After he was loaded, Thomas shoved his Hector at the back of the train and ran out to find a brake van. A few hours later, Edward and James arrived for their train. They were astounded to see Hector at the back of their train, and they were impressed to see how big Hector was. They stopped next to Thomas to congratulate him. Thank you, Thomas, said James, and well done. Indeed, said Edward. Well done. Soon they both cobbled up to the train, and when the guard blew his whistle, they were off. Good luck, Hector, called Thomas.
Goodbye, Thomas. Thank you.
Called Hector back. Thomas felt proud of himself. Then Diesel rolled next to him. Did Hector give you any more trouble? He snickered. Thomas grinned cheekily. Well, yes. Until I taught him a lesson. Diesel spluttered. How did you do that? He gasped. Thomas chuckled. All you could say was a hard knock, he said. Don't expect me to believe that. Diesel scowled, and he oiled away. After Diesel left, Rosie puffed up. You did good out there, Thomas, she said to her friend. Very good. And with that, she puffed away. Then Thomas puffed proudly to the washdown. And as for Hector, he is now a welcome addition to Sir Tom Hat's Railway.